ready?
Yeah.
Are we live?
Are ready.
Are we recording?
Yes, we are.
Is this actually happening? We're recording Mayo and Chicken right now. Things are going on.
Yes.
Hold on, bro. Let me save it.
Things are going on. This guy's got to play his fucking dumbass game. What game are you playing?
Are we actually recording right now?
Yeah,
Is it recording both audio and visual?
Yeah, both.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So I'm actually playing Paper Mario.
Paper Mario.
Oh, fuck that game.
It's actually funny that we're just shooting the pie and I'm still playing video games.
Playing fucking Switch.
I guess I'll get down to business.
Unless it's Pokemon, then it can't go on.
Honestly, the Pokemon games have fallen off a lot, and like for me,
How could you fall off on that?
Here's how you fall off, because instead of focusing on just making the 150 better and the gameplay experience of the original Pokemon better, they decided to just add 1,000,001 Pokemon and have no consistency, and I can't actually catch them all because you're consistently having different places for me to start and different like 3 Pokemon to start with, and just doing the same model over and over and over again. It kills the.
Is the battle not good? Even the battling's not good.
No, the battling is fine. It's just like when you have all these new Pokemon and like, remember when Pokemon first started, you had like. You had your fire type, your water,
150.
you know what I mean? All those regular kinds. And now you have like ice being separate from water, and you have niggas that are like ice and psychic, which never used to happen.
Yeah, like ice's weakness is fire, and it's opposite with water kind of thing.
Exactly. It's
But psychic is super effective against grass.
Yeah.
So is ice.
So is ice. So is ice.
What? Ice I get, because ice kills shit.
Plants.
Yes. What does psychic do to grass?
Yeah, psychic. Everyone knows psychics just kill nature.
Yeah,
They kill everything around them just fucking with their
dies.
shit aura. I had a psychic tell me one time, I was at next to a trade show, and they told me, I asked, like, what do you want to know about? And I'm like, oh, like, my, like, you know, girl lady life. She's like,
Was your psychic authentic?
it was at a trade show.
No, was it authentic? Like, did they actually tell you true things about yourself? Or was it just like...
She just asked, like, oh, you're a Gemini, you want to learn about your relationships, The
Did
only
she know
other
you were a
person...
Gemini, or did you tell her?
I told her.
See,
And she's like, the only person you'll be compatible with is another fellow Gemini.
That's not true at all either.
Yeah. For long term, as like your soulmate, you know, per se. Which I'm like...
I'm a Pisces. My soulmate's supposed to be a Scorpio, but it doesn't mean I can't date other fucking people.
No, that's what I mean. But the weird thing was, I met a Gemini girl that same day.
And that makes you Gemini, man. So you're basically a white Will Smith.
Well, I'm a Gemini. Yeah, white Will Smith.
I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. The movie was fucking terrible. I saw it on Amazon Prime.
What was it even about that he's
So he's a contract killer, basically.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, I don't know. If you haven't seen Gemini Man, then you're not missing on anything.
I haven't seen it. I'm spoiling it for myself.
It's not even like we're talking about like Avengers or some shit. Like, you didn't see the Avengers? Well, spoiler alert, like no one cares about Gemini Man.
Iron Man dies.
Yeah, so basically he's a contract killer, and he wants to retire, but little does he know the corporation that he works for had taken his DNA and made clones of him because he's like the perfect soldier. So it's basically about him like going against
Fighting
his own
himself.
government agency and in theory fighting himself. Yeah.
Like a clone of himself?
Yeah, it's a clone of himself.
But he doesn't know if he's the clone or the other guy's the real one?
They kind of know that they're a clone, but the difference is that like they're genetically created to have like no emotions and shit like that. Like
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so they're like just like him, but they just don't have like the emotional connect, or like they'll be like they'll take away their ability to have fear. Like,
when's the next sick movie coming out? Like, what's the next movie you're actually looking forward to? Borat 2 out.
Tenet's out right now. I've been meaning to see Tenet.
Tenet? What's that?
I have no idea, but it's made by yeah, it's made by the same guys that made what's it called? Fucking
what?
Batman.
No. But it's also from the creators of Inception. You know?
Inception, yeah. Too.
Yeah, so it's like the creators of Inception with Batman. Like that's a super movie.
That could be, or it could be a flop, but I'll give it a shot.
Inception's one of my favorite movies.
The only thing is, like, where do you watch a movie? Like, right now...
the first week.
Oh, I believe it. Well, right now, Borat 2's out.
Everything's gonna flop right now.
Where do I even watch Borat 2? Apparently, that's the big movie right now, but what do you... It's like, I'm not gonna go to the theater.
Amazon Prime.
Is that like the...
It's on Amazon Prime.
Is it worth it? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but it's on Amazon Prime.
Are you gonna watch it?
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I just feel like... Didn't they really politicize it? Someone was saying that. It got super politicized.
Well,
it's always been politicized, yeah.
You never
the
watched
first one?
The first Borat was
the Ollie G stuff used to be.
The other movie, not Borat.
Dictator. Dictator was, yeah. Dictator was. But like the first Borat wasn't really political per se. It was just making fun of America.
No, but that is political. All the shit, even with Bruno, it's all political to an extent. Like it's all jokes.
What was Bruno again?
When he's a gay like model or some shit.
Why does he always just want to be gay? That guy. He finds any excuse to be gay, but
gay is anti-American.
I just think being gay is funny. Like, gay people are jokes. Like to me, like being a guy and the concept of you just fucking other men means you have to act like a chick. That's funny to me. Like
You don't have to act like a chick. I guess.
Well, a lot of them
But,
do, and like
yeah,
the
I know what you
publicized
mean.
like media concept of what it is to be gay is
Yeah,
men
the
being,
way it's portrayed in the
men
media.
acting like girls,
Being gay,
which I don't get.
being
Like,
feminine.
I don't get. Like, you can be a feminine
Be
man
trans.
and be
Why
straight.
is being gay being the most feminine female you can be?
It's not being most feminine. It's just it's making fun of what
Like-
black women are to them.
That's
What because gay male culture isn't just
true.
making fun of women or acting like women. It's acting like black women.
The attitude,
And the girl,
The
child,
snap and
all their accenting, it's all black women character shit. Yeah.
But do
That's why I
black
don't understand why black women are so supportive of the LGBT because
But-
they're just making fun of you.
women and the flamboyant gays also get along? Because I feel
Well, all women
like
get along with gays.
Yes.
really,
Yes.
Usually, like I've only known a
I
couple
guess it's
chicks.
true. Chicks do love a gay
Yeah,
friend.
chicks do love a good gay nigga.
I've known a couple chicks that
Yeah.
don't like gay men, which are like I don't know, kind of like
Religious.
no, they weren't religious, but I kind of like I liked it because they're not buying into the hype to me. I think it's just a hype thing. Like every girl's like, I want a gay best friend. These girls that I know, they were just like, for what? I have my female friends and I have my homies. Like, why do I want to have a
They
gay
think
friend?
it's great to have a male in their corner.
You can have a man in your corner.
I was
Yeah.
stupid.
And that's too. Like, why is this?
Yeah,
You're
what's-
trying to gain
because-
male knowledge
Because you're a gay man doesn't mean that you're gonna act.
You know
like
what's
a female
funny?
Or give them knowledge on the male insight because you're. You know what I mean? It doesn't correlate.
He's basically a bitch.
You know what's
What's
funny
the
though?
difference?
A lot of girls nowadays, the modern thing is like you gotta be proud to be independent. You don't need no man, but they all want a gay best friend. They still want a man in one way or another somehow. Like, why does every chick have this weird like obsession with like
Because they need someone to be behind. You know, behind every successful man is a
gay best friend?
no. Behind every successful woman is a gay best friend.
Yeah, behind every successful woman is a gay best friend.
A gay bestie.
That's like a movie, like a stupid like rom-com like movie. There's like female CEO. It's like Jennifer Aniston. Like behind every powerful woman is her gay best friend, played by Ali G
It's actually
or Sacha Baron Cohen.
It's actually so funny because, like, speaking of the whole gay thing, there's this dude I went to elementary school with, and like I always thought he was kind of. He
Yeah.
just gave me vibes,
Yeah.
which obviously I don't care. Like, you know, it wasn't. This isn't the story where I'm like, oh yeah, this fucking homosexual went to my elementary school. We call him a faggot every day. Like, no, it's not that story. And that's what I'm expecting. I don't have any animosity.
And I don't think I've ever heard you actually call a gay person a faggot.
No.
I just
I
heard
don't
you
think
say.
I
I only call my.
I just heard you
Yeah.
say the word faggot
Yeah.
while podcasting.
I call
and
my
shit.
straight friends faggots because I'm born in the '90s.
You
That's
grew
what
up in
'90s
that,
kids
yeah.
do.
Yes. You ever
Like,
watch
Do they say that in jail? Do they say that word in jail a lot?
if you say the word faggot in jail, you're gonna get fucking cooked.
They don't like it.
If someone calls you a
They're woke.
faggot in jail,
Oh yeah.
like it's
So
not-
you're saying jail's woke?
You have to fight. No.
No,
It's
it's not
not
woke.
about.
Oh,
it's
someone
about
calls
the
you
dis-
in.
it's about
Yeah, the disrespect.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought you meant
disrespect,
that's. I thought you meant like jail people are woke. So like, wait, we don't say that around
You
here.
can't say tell a man to shut up in jail.
You can't.
Yeah, if you're like, yo, shut the fuck up, they'll be like, that's a fight. You can't say shut
On
the fuck
site.
up. You can't say goof. You can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Come
you're
to the
cool.
back literally beans fight.
So do you? What about if it's like your buddies? Do you roast your buddies still in jail,
No.
or do you still just not?
No.
You're there.
Like, for instance, like
You won't
one of-
disrespect them in
my,
front of people.
My cellmate is my road dog. Like we're homies on road and shit. But like on road, I'll call him a faggot. But in jail, I would never call him a faggot because like you
You
know,
won't
like,
disrespect him like that.
no, it's not disrespecting. We're joking around, but when you're in jail, it becomes something different. That's what it is.
Right? Other
Yeah.
eyes.
Other eyes are there, and other people will take it a different way. And they'll be like, "Oh, like you call that guy a faggot? Is he really your brethren?" It's like, yeah, we're actually friends. That's why you call the faggot. Like,
On a similar mindset, but obviously on a totally different, but the similar like kind of
Jesus
thinking.
Christ.
Jesus. You know, like I was trying to explain this to a couple females the other day about how like
We don't like being called females. Call them women.
woman, whatever the fuck you want to be called. I was
I don't
talking to
get that
some
either.
Alright, don't
gender
call
binary people that were biologically cursed with female genitalia. That,
You have a period and it hurts.
no, I was telling these ladies that I was like, it's okay to like men don't mind being called out. You can call out men, just don't call them out in front of their peers. That's when they don't like it. Because like there's a difference. Like guys are willing to take constructive criticism and like
but
hear your
don't-
shit. But if you
but
do it
don't
in
do it
front of
for friends,
people,
yeah,
that's a
'cause
different
you're trying to
story.
be like an
You're
idiot.
still willing to take constructive criticism, even in
But
public.
you know what I mean though? Like that's when it's
yeah.
like come on, like save it for like when it's me and you and then give me
Constructive
shit.
criticism should always be something that's done in private, regardless of whether it's actually being constructive or you're chastising someone. That's not something that you should do in a public forum or in front of people. Like it should always be something where you take them to the side and be like, "Yo, like you're wrong. You're acting like a fucking moron. Cut it out." I feel like a lot of women just feel like, oh, like, you know, like I'm a woman, I can say whatever I want to because you can't hit me in public.
How's getting back into the bachelor life? I know you're back into it. Freshman, new year.
Getting into the bachelor life is like nothing.
The Bachelor.
Getting into the bachelor life.
The Black Bachelor.
It's tough for, I guess, guys that, like, I don't know, have troubles with women and shit.
Yeah, I know you don't, but like, how is it? I'm just saying, just like, how's it been? Been fun? Like, you enjoying your bachelor life?
It makes no difference.
It's like your life's the same pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, yeah, there's more peace and shit because you're alone. And you have to like.
You have to buy. You're eating out more probably. That's one.
Hey yo! No.
Hey!
No, it's just like there's not obviously the difference of like, you know, having someone that's there with you and someone that's not because you're single, but it makes no difference. It doesn't like change me as a person.
No, and that, yeah, that's I don't know. Some people have different
deep.
personalities.
Some people are like that. Like they really get single, they're like they're a whole different man because like when they're with their girl, they're just under a man. It's like for me, it's just like, okay, I'm single now. I'm what?
Yeah. So this girl, the girl that was actually supposed to be on it, she was telling me like she has this guy that's like almost like a Dana situation for you, like, you know, like your homegirl, like homeboy situation, like.
But she wants to fuck her homeboy.
No. She doesn't.
Okay.
But he pulled the move on her.
Well, of course he
said the other day. I was like, yeah, not surprised at all. Like that makes sense. And I was just like, but I was like, what is the move? If you're that guy in that situation, is that I guess friend zoned is the situation. What is that move?
Well, you know what? It's funny because that's an actual friend zone. That's genuine. Like you guys are really friends, and you want to fuck up the friendship because you're horny. That's a genuine friend zone. That's not like her putting you in the friend zone.
Yeah,
that's normal.
That's true.
But
no, I'm saying if you're that friend, just say, how would you approach that move if you were to do it? Like if you wanted to like shoot your shot, you're like, fuck it, like I'm kind of feeling her. We've been friends for time.
If I was gonna shoot my shot, I'd have the conversation.
You just.
I don't think that if you like have feelings for your friend or your best friend, whatever the case may be, I don't think the situation is to just like all of a sudden like try to kiss them or like put your hands in their crotch. I think it's a conversation.
That's what it was the hand on the thigh.
Yeah, I think it's a conversation. Yeah, I think it's a thing where you just sit down and you're like, listen, like I know we've been friends for a long time, but like situation changed for me a bit. I'm a little bit in my feelings. Like I think I like you, whatever the case may be, blah blah blah. And then you know what I mean, you move from there. Whether like she reciprocates and is willing to do that, or she's like, yo, you're wilding, son. Like
yeah, like what are you doing?
Like, what's going on, step bro?
Yeah, like don't touch me like that. I'm caught in the dryer.
Yeah, but it's just like. I think the problem. I think the biggest.
I think you're right. I think it is a conversation you just have with them.
Bro, you just talk to them about it.
Because they'll be straight up, be like, no, or whatever.
And they're your friend too. So what are they gonna do? Like just start leading you on? And be like, I like you too, but like not really. Like
I'm not ready.
Like if they're genuinely your friend, then if you guys like are like supposed to be together or feel like there's a need to be together, then you probably will be. But if not, then you know it's gonna be one of those conversations where it's like, oh, awkward, and then maybe it ends the friendship. Maybe you take a hiatus from it.
I have a different theory of an attempt you could make.
Does it involve rape or?
No, it's Harvey Weinstein.
Your family history.
I call it Harvey Weinsteining them. You just show up naked, like, oh, whoops! I didn't realize you'd be in this room. Cock out. No, but I was joking. How, like, I was saying, has the cock out? No, I don't know. You're just assuming shit like that. That would be a Harvey Weinstein thing to do. But I was like thinking, like, when would be the actual cock out situation? Just show up with like naked. Like, I don't think that would work for a chick. Even like,
it depends on how long your friendship is.
If we've been fucking for time, maybe.
It's like with the sex, like
no, but even if you aren't even like a friend zone, like as a just straight trying to fuck, like if you just tried the whole naked vibe, like as a girl, you go to the other room, she got naked, and you walk in, that's actually sexy as fuck. But as a guy, I don't see a situation where that comes off not super fucking creepy and weird.
No, it's not creepy.
Girls,
yeah, like you want to hook up.
It's a girl that you're already having sex with.
Yeah, I'm saying now it's like someone maybe your first time you're trying to wheel, like kind of not friend zone situation.
Okay, no, that's mad aggressive.
Yeah,
that's part of the double standard. Like obviously,
but if a chick did that, that's fire.
Yeah, because the consent is for women.
Yeah,
consent's not for men. That's why women don't respect consent for men. That's why when men get raped, women laugh because they're like, consent. That's a woman's thing.
That's a good point. That's
what it is. That's why people don't care about male rape, bro. They don't give a fuck because they're like, well, consent's for women. Like you're being entered in a sense, and like with male rape, it can go either way. It's like either A, another guy's fucking you, or B, you're fucking someone else. But usually for the latter, especially with like kids, it's usually men being sexually assaulted by other men. But when it's a case of a woman, you're entering them, so the consent is more on them than it's on you.
Yeah, that's fair.
You gotta ask to come in someone's house, don't you?
Yeah, ask to come in someone's house. Yeah, but
which is crazy because there's bare bitches out there that wouldn't let a stranger into their homes, but let strangers into their lives.
Sometimes there's
that doesn't make sense though.
It does. They have biological urges.
You can fuck my body, but if if you know where I live now, that becomes dangerous.
Well, you can't sleep in my
Very
bed.
true, very true, very true.
You can fuck a body, but it doesn't mean I want you in my bed.
Like, even for me, like when I was like doing my thing and shit, like you know what I mean. Like, I always be paranoid about bringing girls back to my crib because it's like I used to live an illegal lifestyle, so it's like I don't want you to like know where I live and like be that crazy bitch that wants to like show up and do some shit. Like I don't know, because for me, like I don't take that shit lightly. Like if I'm fucking with a girl and she feels like scorned in any way, shape, or form, and she wants to like do something to me, like on a physical level, like you want to like destroy my shit or like you know what I mean, like I'll have a bunch of girls come to your house and jump you. Like I'll have guys come and jump you. Like I'll set your crib on fire with you inside of it. Like
If it's like really like that.
Cause it's like that, because I don't take like destruction of property or assault.
Oh, if they're actually like doing that
yeah,
kind of
like
shit.
you know what I mean. Like I don't care. Like you be in your feelings, you can be mad, like post about me, whatever, say whatever dumb shit on the internet, whatever. We'll get into our back and forth and we'll be upset with each other. But like once a minute, you try to make this like physical or like bring it to that level, like it's no longer this is a man and woman. Like this is like Crip and blood now. Like it's on, it's on site. Like I don't give a fuck about it. Like people always say like, oh, you know, it's a woman. Like you're not supposed to like hit women. Like bro, I'll beef a woman the same way I beef a man because I'm all about equality.
Equal rights, equal fights. That's what they say.
Yeah, I don't bring it to that. You know what I mean? But like
No,
in the whole,
never.
in the sense of it, it's like we can't have double standards for any and everything.
Like you said, you bring a bitch to beat them up, right? No, you wouldn't beat them up.
No, I would too. I would too.
Oh wow.
Depending on the like I said, like it depends on the extent of it. Like normally, I would never.
Woke up
I don't
this
believe in
crazy.
beating women that you have sexual intercourse with. Like if you're getting in a fight with some random girl at the club and she just like throws her drink at you and you smack her in the mouth, that's completely fine because you don't sleep with that woman. So it's not really a domestic situation. But it has to, that's like I said, like for women to bring me to that, like you have to destroy my property, you have to put your hands on me. Like I'll definitely put my hands on you. Don't think because you're a woman, that means you're safe. And you can do whatever the fuck you want to me. Like I'm not the one.
How long of fucking a woman? No, I should say better. How long of seeing a girl? You guys are hooking up, obviously. Do you think you
Is
should?
enough time to ghost her?
Well, that's one way. Ghost her or wife up. Like
so-
how long? Like just say you're a
Listen,
girl you're kind of
there-
like been dating in for. Is there a time you think to put
people
on
need
to
to
it?
kill that whole thing of there's a set standard for these things. Like you know the girls that have like
agree.
the 30-day rule not to fuck or like you know what I mean or don't
Vibe
fuck
it
on the
out.
first date. Like yeah, feel how if it feels good regardless of whether it's a one-time thing or not. If it feels good, let it feel
Like
good.
you could talk with that. You could be talking in stage for a year straight. Why not?
I don't really believe in the whole talking. Because talking is
The
dumb.
talking is just you're pretty much friends with benefits,
Talking is
right?
dumb.
Is that what talking is? Like friends with benefits.
Talking is what a lot of like
civil way
guys
plan.
and girls will use to be like, I'm not dating you, and I want to have the freedom to do what I want to do, but in the same breath, I'm trying to keep you in a box situation where like you don't want to go out and entertain other people. That's what the talking stage is. It's like a false dating.
Yeah, it's.
So it's like, you know what I mean? I can cheat on you, but you can't cheat on me. That's what talking is to me.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So if I tell a girl,
Like, yeah, we're talking.
We're talking.
So she'll be like, oh, okay,
you think it's
like,
a power move?
It definitely is. So you can cut off your other people and shit. Like, we're talking. Like, don't fuck with anybody else. And then eventually you become dating. Even though talking
What if you're not?
should be the same.
Yeah.
Because if I can't fuck
It
anybody
should-
else, then we're dating.
It should be dating.
Yeah.
But like
Talking is dating without a title.
Sometimes you just don't talk about what titles are, but you're like dating them, you're going out, you're fucking, but you don't put a
Listen,
title.
my whole
on
thing
it.
on it is that, like, it comes down to a one person asking another person. Like, if I'll follow a girl for fucking 3 years straight, if you don't say to me, hey, I want to date, then we are not dating. Period. If we never have that conversation, if we have that conversation and you feel like because we had the conversation and I said, no, I don't want to date you, but we're still hanging out and fucking everything's fine, that you feel like
No,
that
but I'm
means
saying
that we're
no
going to date, you're still wrong.
No
Because
conversations
The conversation
happen.
has to be had. If
Yeah,
if
there's
we're
no conversation
If we're not
out there.
talking about our relationship or our future together, then you can't just all of a sudden determine because we have sex and I may take you out and cuddle with you and hold your hand that we're dating. Because those are just signs of intimacy. And intimacy does not mean that we're dating. Intimacy is intimacy.
Yeah,
There are girls that I have fucked for years on end that have never held my hand, that have never cuddled me,
that you've never kissed.
that I've never kissed.
I know.
And I like to kiss.
It's a Bacchus thing.
Bro, I'll fuck a girl straight in missionary and spit in her
With
mouth
the
and not
mask
kiss
on.
her.
That's fucking amazing. No, it's the talking stage is the weirdest concept to really think about because like back in the day, yeah, that's just dating. You're like, oh, you still dating that blondie from across the way, and because you've taken her on dates, so
dating
you're
used to be
dating.
a broader phrase too, because dating used to also be talking where it's like there's no actual relationship. We've just gone on dates. We might be having sex, but we're not actually dating, but it's considered dating. I think that's why talking was invented, to give you that little
When not, that must have
in
came
between space.
That must have come out like you don't hear that in like TV and stuff. I feel like that's a more local-ish term. You think?
No, talking may be a term here, but they have other terms for other places.
Okay.
Talking to
Yeah.
someone.
You know what I mean? Like you don't
Like,
hear
oh,
that,
like, you know what I mean? Like you hit up a girl that you used to fuck, and she's like, "Oh, sorry, I can't fuck you. I'm talking to someone now."
Yo, you still talking to that girl? I know this.
That's what I'm saying.
You got a boyfriend?
It's just I think
Talking
our generation just hates commitment. We just have so much options.
Well, no, because
in
why
terms
would
of,
you want
like,
to commit? Because the quality is low on both sides of the argument. Like, you know, women say guys are shit, which is fair, but women have always said guys are shit. So are we more shit, or are we just the same shit?
N-words ain't shit is the common phrase.
Yeah, from the black woman Twitter.
Oh, I'm sure some non-blacks, some Arabs, some
Some
Arab people
Arabs.
in
Toronto.
Timmins.
Yeah.
Some Arab
Wallahi niggas ain't shit. Wallahi.
That meme is so funny. That one was
The TikTok?
Like, yeah, the TikTok and the fucking like in Tim Hortons. It's just like every other word's the N word. It's like Arab people in your local Tim Hortons.
Arab people just feel like they're the new niggas anyway because everyone hates them. So they're just like, yo, like we know your struggle, but it's like nobody enslaved you. So
I'm trying to.
You guys chose to detonate on each other and give yourselves a bad name. We didn't do that to you or for you. You did that in the name of Allah, not me.
I'm trying to create a new term, maybe. Like I could recreate a term for talking, even. Like
There are other phrases, but I can't remember what they are right now because I'm a little stoned. But there are other phrases for the talking stage that other places in the world use.
For me, I think of it like as a social experiment. I always thought. I was like, can I set trends? Like, could I create a slang and then like a year or two?
White, bro.
No,
white
but like
is garbage.
No, I've created
Only
slang.
good-
I've created slang words. I was telling you that have creeped
white
out.
Slang,
It's
honestly,
It's A.
No, not saying that. Like
A.
the Durham hockey boy slang, I was a very big fan of.
Yeah,
the hockey boy slang was solid, but other than that, like for the most part, white slang is garbage.
Dog, the hockey boy slang almost had like some of the local Toronto man essence to it subtly. Like the local ones here.
When I talk to like
what are you bang, bro?
Once again, I'm from Durham, so I'll say that shit.
Yeah, what are you bang?
When I say that shit to Toronto mans, they're like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about?
I know, all the time.
Like, what do you mean? They can't even try and figure out what it means.
What is the Durham hockey slang? It's like
dumb.
Honestly, like it's a lot of replacing the first letter of a lot of words with random other shit letters.
Uke was so funny. Uke was funny. Like that's so Uke. Like why did Uke become a thing?
Uke. Yeah, puke.
So
it was puke. Uke.
No, but it's not even like that's so puke. It's not a phrase. Like Uke just means that's shitty.
That's what I mean though, because like
puke is on the same level.
But that's the saying because like I said with the Durham hockey boy slang, it's you change the first letter one or two of where I random words. It's like that's puke, maybe. So it's like that Uke.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But
what's puke is never a phrase.
This is how it happened.
So puke was never a phrase.
Because this is how it's happened. You'd be like, this man uked. This man uked everywhere.
Yeah.
This man uked. And then that's just
yes, and then
just
it's just
and then randomly in translation, because it sounded kind of flowed.
Yeah, or I got uked by a girl.
It's the same as
you. Uke has so many meanings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you puked. Someone's giving you shit, or that sucks.
Yeah.
That word has a lot of meanings.
It really does.
Holy fuck, that was a good one, hockey boys.
Yeah.
Props to you.
I'm trying to think of some other
Masters? I still use Masters.
Masters. I forgot about Masters.
Masters is one of my
That's hoax.
Yeah, that's hoax and that's Masters.
So that's hoax is a great example of how
that's jokes.
No, yeah, a Toronto-ish saying became hockey boy Durham specialized because that's jokes.
That's jokes.
Was a thing, and then they took that with appropriative ways.
Culture. So you're saying cultural appropriation
but
ain't hoax?
Innovation. They always just add a word.
Innovated.
Right? They take the first word out instead of jokes. It's hoax. Just like you. Just like marved.
Marved.
I'm starved. You take the first two words out.
Marv was a black thing though. Marv was a white thing.
But they took it in the hockey language of Durham.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's
only Durham hockey boys.
That's where I got the idea from. The entire Durham conversation.
It's like a mix of Toronto.
It's stolen. It's all stolen language. It's all black slang that got fucking
there's
bastardized.
White. There's white in there, brother. Like there's like.
Brother's what you guys say because you can't say nigga.
Hard R, brother.
I've been saying this. Brother is diet nigga. When white guys say, "Oh, what's going on, brother?" I'm like, fucking nigga. Me and you can't be bros. Look at all this melanin I've received.
It's funny because I'll hit you with the wagwan, my brother. Like I go straight English real quick, you know. It's like, wagwan, brother.
The "my" in there automatically became Caucasian.
No, you don't usually my. I think it's Bush brother. Wagwan. I'll just like wagwan, brother.
What's going on, brother?
Brother. Yeah, brother's a heavy term. You're some Durham hockey boys. Like,
You guys are all Hulk Hogan fans.
see, Muck Barn.
And he's a racist.
Who? Fucking racist.
Oh, you're not a Hulk Hogan fan too.
No.
Shut up. Before the racism, he's like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
No.
You probably like.
I didn't like Dog the Bounty Hunter either.
You didn't like his wife and his wife's big up titties?
And he wasn't a sick wrestler
You should
either.
know. End of the day.
Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife has
The
some
Rock-
big up titties. I just want to put that out
So
there.
what? Big titties don't mean nice titties. Let's kill that narrative.
As a kid, though, when you see Dog
No.
on TV, you're like,
Yeah, of course she deserves her
Yes,
death.
R.I.P.
No, he's not. He's
R.I.P.
alive. He has to fucking weep her death.
R.I.P.
Enjoy that, you racist prick.
I hope I didn't disrespect any of the deceased titties.
The deceased titties?
I don't disrespect.
Titties are still tittying, you think?
No,
Probably moldy now.
He's a burial. I would guess they're burial, not cremation. What would you do? Burial or cremation?
I
don't give a fuck 'cause I'm dead.
I want to be in a
number one.
temple still. Put me in a temple.
Turn me into a diamond fan.
You want to be mummified? He would be
I want to be
mummified.
mummified still.
Yeah, you want to be a diamond
Yeah, I want to be a diamond.
and pawned off.
That'd be so terrible. Imagine. Oh man.
Nah,
Because they're not worth as much anyway. They're not like a real diamond. It's like a CBD.
ashes and just spread it in some fucking water or something in the fucking
Do
river
the
or
show was
something.
a bitch one. Like,
fuck.
make me a tree. Plant
Who
me.
gives a fuck? I don't want to be a waste
What
on
would
this
this be a
earth.
sick tree though? Some super sick tree.
A sick tree?
No, you have to make me a fucking maybe poison
That's the
ivy
thing.
and shit. Nigga.
No, you can pay for
Burn
your
up
tree
some
now.
man's skin.
You can pay for it now and be a tree. Like
That's
set
what
up
I'm
your
saying. I don't
lot,
wanna-
pay for your lot. And
I don't want
trees
this to be a
already.
fucking sycamore. Like, make me some saucy tree. Like, maybe a tree when people climb it, they
some
die.
super
Like,
sick tree.
maybe a tree that's not
Somewhere
friendly.
in Brazil or Africa.
Or like a fruit tree, like a
or-
sick
or-
fruit you loved.
Remember, I don't know if you saw this on the news a while ago, but they had found like ancient seeds, like the time when they find like dinosaurs and shit from a time like these plants don't exist anymore, and they tried planting them. Like, make me one of those niggas. Maybe a plant that's no longer here anymore.
Maybe there's
Maybe
a
this
reason it was
spring-
weeded out by nature. That's my theory on that.
Yeah, what the fuck is that tree doing and shit? That nigga just be making gas, dog. Noxious gas.
Like the thing
there's
is,
shit in nature
you
that's
probably
still
can
here.
find, you can find some medicines and
There's
shit.
so many things in nature that's like mad questionable that you're like, yo, like when the creator was making this planet, not like God, but the creator, he was like, yo, I'm gonna create a lot of obstacles for these humans.
Yes.
Like,
Pure king.
those spiders, fine. These spiders, not so fine.
They're gonna be the
Those snakes,
Pound for
cool.
pound, the
Not those
weakest niggas
snakes.
on the planet.
Bro, we have no special power.
So nothing.
Nothing. You're just a regular ass human. We
Dude,
don't have.
we got
we don't have
disposable
superhuman
thumbs.
strength, bro. Chimpanzees have disposable fucking thumbs. and
No,
will
they don't got
fuck
the
you up.
disposable. They got the
We're not even
fingers.
for our size. We are so weak. We should be way stronger. We're pathetically weak.
We're so weak.
You know how short a chimp is, and they're 3 times stronger than us for what?
Super strong.
Yeah, we
Bro,
got
imagine
guns.
a 200-pound spider.
We come packing, dog.
No,
We
we-
come in packs. We come packing. We got heat. You don't fuck with humans.
That's
We go hard on
200
Earth. We go hard on Earth,
Ants are done
dog.
because they work as a squad. Even if, like, they said if ants were even like slightly bigger, they would rule the world. If you made an ant like twice his size, they said it would rule the entire world. I was like, how?
Do not genetically modify. Man, they
Can you
are.
imagine? Holy shit.
GMO ants and shit. Well, they work as a team and they'll fuck you up. Them niggas, bro. When I saw the ants on the Amazon fucking making themselves into a raft so they didn't drown, I knew the ants are not to be fucked with.
They're
Their
built
intelligence
different.
level is so high.
They're built different.
I'm just different.
They're built different.
Coochie ant.
You see, what's it called? Kanye's new that interview with Joe Rogan. We were just watching a bit.
I was
of it.
literally
It's
watching
pretty much
it
Kanye
before.
just ranting.
Wait.
I didn't hear much of Joe, but it was alright. He had a chance to actually thoroughly.
I just
express
I don't
himself.
Think Kanye's nuts. I think Kanye has mental health issues, and I think Kanye is a very intelligent human being. And I think the way that he looks at the world is just different. Because I get that. I look at the world differently
Built
too.
different.
So what was he saying?
I didn't see it all yet, but for the most part, he was really just rambling on about like things that have been misunderstood on. He pretty much breaks down his mental thinking, like on like why he like how he solves
How
this,
he
like
thinks.
why he wants to solve this issue, how he thinks he can. Breaks down like his train of thought process on a lot of things. From what I understand, and it was pretty much him just ranting. And
See, Rick Ross bought
Joe Rogan chilling. Like,
Rick Ross bought 87 acres for $1 million, which seemed like a fucking steal.
no,
in
I
the
didn't see that.
States.
Good investment, probably. Where though?
In Atlanta. Or Georgia in general. Georgia. The state of Georgia.
Not bad. You got a lot of money, eh?
I say that if
Put a
you're black, you
pillar
should
in
definitely try and own a large chunk of land at some point.
Nothing wrong if you're anyone, not even black, anyone. Like, if you can afford
I
it,
mean,
buy land.
statistically, white people do own a lot of land, so we don't have to tell white people, like, you should buy land.
No, anyone, brown mans, native mans, if you can afford
I
land,
mean,
buy land.
uh,
Overall, It's a good investment.
I prefer if they didn't.
All land matters.
Because when everyone else comes here and buys the land, that's why shit gets expensive.
Black land matters. Right?
Black land definitely matters. There isn't any black land.
You should start that movement. Black land matters. It would take off.
Then somebody will bastardize it and say, well, what about all lands?
Dog, you just finesse it. You create a charity. Just finesse it. Get a bunch of money out of it for Black Land Matters. And then they're like, how'd you donate the money? You're like, oh, I invested into black land, which is your land. Because you're a black guy. Could work.
It could work.
Finesse the system. It ain't ethical, but it ain't right either. I also listened to Benny the Butcher's.
Did you?
After
The butcher coming.
After you.
Yeah. Oh man.
It wasn't bad. It had Killer Mike vibes to it. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I liked it.
Killer Mike vibes. Man, you are white, bro.
Had a bit of a Killer Mike, but Killer Mike's still all there.
Why do you say? Because you thought it was like politically charged?
Production.
The production?
Like beat style, beat style. It was
Killer
kind
Mike
of
is
had a
southern.
bit of a...
I mean, Hit Boy is from the south, but like Hit Boy was. I thought the production was very East Coast. I thought it was very new age East Coast. There's a lot of samples in there. It wasn't super.
Because I only listened to it once from start to finish. I never heard this guy before, and I was like, oh yeah, like it's like had a bit of a certain vibe to it.
I feel like
I enjoyed it. It was alright.
Go listen to a bunch of Griselda projects, which is their group on BSF. Go listen to a lot of their albums, and then you will see why this album is different. This is a more polished album. This is more of an album. The things they did before were more street-like. So think of like the Styles P mixtape runs, like the Jadakiss mixtape runs. Like that's how a lot of their albums were prior to this. Very, very mixtapey, very for the streets. Not really a polished body of work. So that's the difference between this album and his other things. So,
it was actually like a thorough piece.
Yeah, he'll.
I see what you mean.
Not to say that his lyrics weren't top notch on this.
They were what they needed to be. Lyricism's not the big thing now, anyways. You don't need to be like super lyrical.
Yeah, but
you just need to sound nice with it.
But yeah, depends.
It's just gotta have a good delivery.
It's
right?
very. I can't really say that because if you look at the top rappers, right, J. Cole is not playing around with lyrics. Like, he's not the greatest wordsmith. I think J. Cole's very overrated, but in the same breath,
Kendrick's
he's
my boy.
He's not shit. He's definitely not shit.
Kendrick's my boy.
Kendrick, there's nobody. I think that none of the top rappers are fuck with Kendrick lyrically.
Eminem. Yeah, but in prime Eminem we're talking. Yeah.
Eminem just can rap.
Do you think he's a legitimate legend?
Who?
Kendrick.
No, I think we need to stop saying legend when people drop like 2 albums.
Like, I think he could be by the end of it.
By the end of it, he should be.
I think he's on a path where that's attainable.
He's definitely on the trajectory of being a legend. There's no way he's not going to be. Even if he's at the point
like
now
if he drops a big project with everything going on right now,
it's
like
like
it just hits a certain spot.
He's at the point now.
I think he's like Kawhi. He's got a couple chips. You know, a couple championship MVPs. He's going to the Hall of Fame.
The entertainment industry has this kind of thing of like you could be so high up and then fall if something bad happens. But with music, it's slightly different because it takes a lot for a musician to fall off because of bad things they do. Because musicians and actors be doing bad shit all of the fucking time. Whereas
AKA fucking children and eating their brains.
Look at like athletes, like you know what I mean. Like you beat your wife and everyone's like out of the league, and then like there'll be like an actor who will beat his wife and then still get bare roles after.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson,
or be
a racist tirade.
Or be accused of pedophilia and still have roles and get promoted.
Pedophilia and rape will kill you in Hollywood.
No, it depends. Not the behind the scenes pedophilia.
Well, it's behind the scenes and no one knows about it. No one knows about it.
So it's like if you get caught, you're out. But they do protect each other. I feel like there's a level of protection. Like,
well, there is because it's a giant thing. Look at Adam Sandler. Like, if Adam Sandler did something behind the scenes, do you think all the guys that are in his movies would ever say anything? Like he's their meal ticket.
Do you think Adam Sandler would do that?
No, I think Adam Sandler.
Maybe one of those guys.
Adam Sandler, out of anybody in Hollywood, is definitely not involved with fucking kids. Like Adam Sandler is too funny.
Which is why he probably started his own company.
That's why he's like in his own lane. Like Adam Sandler's not in any. Like think of what is that?
He's not making enemies with people. He's just doing his own thing.
Look at a movie like Tropic Thunder. Why wasn't Adam Sandler in that?
Is that a Billy Madison production?
There's so many movies that are Adam Sandler-esque that Adam Sandler is not in.
Does he write maybe? Does he write all the...
He does everything.
Yeah, he does everything.
But he must have others, like team of writers, though.
Of course he does, yeah. Of course he does.
Be a lot of work.
But all those guys, David Spade, all those guys that are in that whole clique, all right.
So you're saying I gotta create a Cringe Films, Cringe Productions?
No.
Yeah. Yo, I got a short film coming, dog. I'm working on it.
The short film farting.
Yeah, it's still a ways away. We haven't really done much, but I got the storyline.
Yeah.
I'm working on the script now because you know how DB gets when I don't have a script.
Yeah.
He wants to slit my throat.
I'm just lazy, bro. Like I can write all that shit. It's just I don't really care to.
Yeah, and it's hopefully gonna be decent. It'll be in TIFF for sure. We'll get red carpet. Probably win all the awards. I don't even know how to enter a movie in it. Google it. Like, I'm a movie editor.
Yeah, but I don't know how short a movie has to be to get it to TIFF anyway.
Well, the movie, the whole storyline is kind of about black culture, so I think we can get the way in with some Black Land Matter stuff.
Fuck you.
But you're white, though. You're white.
I just happen to be one of the people on the team.
People are tired of the white man telling the black man's story.
I'm not white, I'm transracial. We talked about this. Dog.
It's funny because white people can be transracial to black, but you can't be black and transracial to white. Like
Yeah,
Rachel
stay outta here.
Dolezal completely became a black woman, played it off, joined the NAACP, was black, and then
Is that Sean King?
No. Rachel Dolezal. Or Dolezal, Zali Dolly.
Yo, what's Sean King famous for again?
I don't know, being a fucking internet guy. I don't even know what he did.
Yeah, what does he do?
He's just a fucking.
He puts on for the black people, but someone was telling me he's like pretty much mainly white.
Yeah, but it doesn't make a difference. Like I think that's important that the black people that actually look white stand up for black people.
What does he do? Why do
the
people
ones
hate him?
who can go behind enemy lines and find out the racism.
But why do people hate him again? There's a reason people hate that
People
guy.
hate him because he's fucking light skinned, bro.
Isn't it because he's light skinned? That would be it.
Like,
That would be it. He just gets hated on because he's light skinned. He just can't get accepted by anyone. No, there's a reason that someone hates him. No, he's not the Jussie Smollett. That's the guy that put the fake Trump tag on him. I still want to know the end game of why
guys, it happened one time.
No, in general, like why even fake it? Like what was he aiming to get out of that?
Is he gay?
Yeah, I think he is gay. Yo,
that's funny that a gay black guy will make a fucking big scandal like that.
Did you see the Boosie Tyson interview where Tyson was like?
Yeah, I didn't. I saw a little piece of it. And I was
I saw that little piece too.
Yeah, I had me weak. We're just like, yo, I think that like. He's like, I don't think you're a happy person. I feel like, you know, like why are you so cantankerous?
Because he talks a lot about Tyson. He's like you talk a lot bad about the gay community. He's like, are you gay yourself? Do you like dudes? And all this shit. And Boosie looks like scared because like Tyson's just the most intimidating guy.
But at the end of the day, Boosie doesn't talk shit about the gay community. Boosie just said like, yo, it's inappropriate for what Dwayne Wade is letting his kid do. Your kid's a fucking child.
Shit.
And this is always my argument. Like, yo, as a community, we need to stop making it seem like this whole gay thing is super fucking normal.
Yo, Biden
you should let kids be kids. Like, if you're an adult, you want to make all those kind of sexual decisions, by all means. But realistically, we shouldn't even be letting kids have sex. Like, my parents weren't trying to let me have sex. Was I doing it? Yes, but that's still the point of parenting. Parenting isn't like, oh, like, it's okay to have casual sex and, like, make sure you be careful. It's no, don't have sex at all. Like, that's parenting. And we just stop this whole thing of, like, letting kids be so sexualized. Not only just the gay kids, but with the straight kids. Because, like, as a kid, I was told, yo, don't be like that. And yes, it creates that era of kids sneaking out and doing those kind of things, but that's what they're going to do anyway. When you openly invite kids to do fucked up shit, or shit that's adult shit, they're going to go way overboard because they're not supposed to be doing it. There's always supposed to be that element of, I shouldn't do this, I could get caught. And that's what keeps you on the straight and narrow.
It's almost like we should let kids find their sexuality the old-fashioned way of, like, when your dick just starts getting hard. The old-fashioned way by the priest.
It's not that you don't talk to your kids about sex, but this whole concept of like being friends with your kids and being like, oh yeah, like you want to have sex, just make sure it's at the house and I'll give you condoms. Like, no fucking way, bro. No way. As a parent, you should be like, you should not be having sex because the result of sex and having a kid is way out of your pocket lane, and that becomes another financial responsibility for me. Now I have to double parent because I've got to parent you and your kid. So I'm saying, like,
okay, hear me out. What age? So you're never gonna let your son fuck in the house?
I'm not saying I'd never let my son fuck in the house, but there's just
I know you damn well.
There's a certain level of understanding that happens, like, you know what I mean, where a boy becomes a man and kind of looks at his dad like, yo, listen, like, shorties are coming through, and the dad goes, all right, I hear you. There's just like I had something with my pops. My pops used to be like this. He'd be like, yo, like, no girls come sleeping at the house 4 times, 16, 17. By the time I was 18, I was just like, yo, like, I'm bringing bitches to the house, like. This is ridiculous. Like, I'm not fucking on the road anymore. And he's just like, whatever, like, soft. But I had to have that conversation as me becoming more of a man.
Just to your dad, not to your mom.
What the fuck is my mom gonna tell me?
I know, that's the funny thing.
I'm a fucking man, nigga. What the hell?
Man for tell man.
Only man can tell man what to do. No woman can tell man what to do.
You know what I do like what that statement you just said? I do see, like, I'll see on breakfast television, my mom watch that shit sometimes, and they'll be talking about, like, male role models, and they'll have women talking about how men need to come, boys need to be taught, boys need to be taught. It's like, no, you should have men be talking about.
On top of that,
successful, quality men teaching boys on what to do.
But
not
men can't
women
teach women how to be women.
I know, you know what I mean?
And women don't want to teach women how to be women either. So what the fuck is this narrative of women saying, oh, well, this is how a man should be? You don't get to tell me what a man should be. Because at the end of the day, half of you bitches would rather date a nigga in Hell's Angels or a fucking gangster than a CEO. So what does that tell me about the statehood of women? Depends
on level of CEO. There's a certain level of CEO a lot of bitches are into. You hit a certain level of pocket.
Not really, no. There's a lot of women, like, okay, mind you, bitches love the whole sugar daddy thing, but there's a lot of women that would rather not fuck with some rich CEO just because.
Oh, I think once you hit yacht money, I think you hit a certain level of people stop giving a fuck.
I think also because once you get older, once your eggs start drying up, you hit your late 20s, 30s, you're more likely to be like, yeah, sugar daddy's fine. When you're in your early 20s, it's like, why am I wasting my prime fucking an old man?
Bitches love boats. Just on a side note.
It's funny how they love boats.
I love boats.
You know what I've noticed?
I have fishing.
Is there even a bitch that owns them? Like, that's like women, but like, are there women that own boats and like they flex boats the way men do? Like, can you imagine like a bad bitch that owns a boat and has like 8 half-naked men on the deck posing and taking pics?
Yeah.
No.
Think about how
No, that would never happen. Never.
For the amount of bitches that love boats, there is a little amount
of women that
boat
actually own boats or can drive.
Right, but
you know what? We live in a place like Canada where there's a lot of women that can drive boats. No. That's a common thing, and a lot of women have their boating license here. But when it comes down to like Toronto girls, like no, bitch, like you're here because the Class Azul is here.
Well, it's more of like, yeah, who's buying that boat? Probably.
It's just the weirdest thing. I don't understand how women flex on other women by
going on daddy's boat
or using men for the flex. Like, you're not even flexing on your own. Like, you know what I mean? I know, like, and it's funny because the girls I know that are successful, that like own their own business, they're not even flexing that shit. They just do those things. But it's always the bum bitches flexing men's shit. Like, oh, you got that sick bag? A man got that for you to fuck. Oh, you're on that boat? Some guy you're fucking is on that boat. Like, it's not you and your friends. 4 baddies just be like, we're gonna rent a boat and have fun together.
Yeah.
Like, you rarely see that kind of flexing.
Claire's got her license and we're gonna rent a pontoon and take some pictures in Toronto Harbor. No.
Like, yo, me and my dad do that all the time. In the summer, multiple times, we'll rent a fucking boat, we'll bring some bitches out, we'll get some liquor. But I've never seen the women.
So you're drinking and boating. Number 1.
Oh, I'm not driving
the boat. Beer on
though.
the pier, water on the water. Remember that.
I'm not driving the boat, so it's fine. As long as you're not driving the boat, and the boat has to be of a certain size.
Yeah, so it has to have a cabin with a washroom, and it has to be able to anchor. Like, you have to anchor.
You know the boating rules.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, we do the mini yachts, we do like the little bit bigger ones. We haven't done a super yacht yet, but like the bigger yachts are like $20K for a couple hours. So it's like, you know, we want to get like the big boats that have like 8 bedrooms on it and shit.
Yo, I'm the opposite of my fishing boat because it's like a little. It's not little. It's a decent little sized boat, but like it's a fishing boat. It's very fishing. Yeah. So like people be like, chicks will be like, I want to come on your boat. I'm like, honestly, like that's inconvenient. I'd rather go with my buddy who like I'm gonna go a day on the water. We're gonna go early in the morning fishing. Like why don't you ever take me on a boat?
Your boat isn't the kind of boat that you like go out and boat on. Like it's a fishing boat. It's not like a
you can boat. Yeah, you go pretty fast.
You have a steering wheel?
Well, it's a steering wheel. It has 2 seats in it.
Okay, yeah, no, you can
75 mark. No, I bring him standing. But like, it's more like, if I'm taking this boat out, I'm going out early in the morning. Or you want to come at 4 a.m. sunrise?
In my brain, I'm thinking you have one of those boats where you're playing with the back of it and you're like,
it's like one up from that, so it has a steering wheel.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So you can tube off it. So you could. So what I would do is I'd bring it to the cottage, and I would like if we're at the cottage, I would not go out. I wouldn't go out and be like, hey, everyone meet. We're gonna go out on the boat. I would be like, we're all at a cottage. I'm bringing the boat and it's docked, and then when it's there, it's like, oh, let's go out for an hour. Yeah. You come out on it because like when I go out, I'm not gonna go and spend the time to like hook it up, drop it in, and like I'm trying to go fishing. And who's trying to go out at like 4 or 5 in the morning? You know, like some chicks. They say they are. Then you're like, yeah, we're going early fishing. Like. No, we want to go out for noon.
Fish are gross.
No, chicks fish. I know some of the best fishermen.
Yeah, I know. I fuck my ex fishes. Like, I know girls fish.
Yo, actually, speaking of that, I got someone good we can interview. Her name's literally, she goes by Fisher Girl. And she's like, all she does is fish, like full-time job.
You know, I'm down for
that. And I fish with her all the time. It's actually
I'm down for that.
Hunts and fishes all the time.
A genuine independent woman with a real career path and something that she loves.
I wouldn't say she's independent. I think she's like. Still like
she doesn't have a boyfriend to be independent.
No, I mean like you're young in your young 20s. It's hard to financially independent.
No, but like she still has. What I'm saying is she has a thing.
Yeah.
Most bitches don't have a fucking thing.
Yeah.
She's something that she likes, that she wants to do, that she has a passion about. Most girls' passion is like what they're gonna do their nails this week or what guy they might fuck.
Netflix.
What's on?
The amount of chicks that tell me when I ask what their hobby is, they're like, I watch a lot of Netflix.
Girls don't have hobbies. The best hobby that a girl
Some
has is
do,
reading.
some do.
Reading is the best hobby. If you fuck with a girl that like likes to read, like reads a lot of good shit, like that's key.
My mom does coloring books.
That's fucking pathetic.
I know.
My mom does word searches, so
I feel like coloring books. There's probably people in jail that do coloring books. There's got to be. That seems like I was gonna say that seems like a great time.
I bought the coloring book. I did the word search. I was killing that shit.
I was gonna say that's probably like something to do in jail. Like
you set up your time with that. You do one word search a day. You don't have this many word searches in the book, so you know you're getting close to your time, and you finish all your word searches.
Which can you do college degrees in where you were doing?
I already have a fucking college diploma, so.
I would just take some free. I said try to get like a lawyer degree.
We usually get high
study
school.
for like law school. And
but like I think if you
lawyer.
go to the penitentiary, you can go to college because you're doing so much time. Like the penitentiary, you're doing more than 2 years, so you can, you know what I mean. But under your 2 years, you're not gonna. Well, you could get some programs done in under 2 years, but it's harder. High school, definitely you can get your GED, but college is usually a penitentiary thing because of the time you're doing.
Yeah, coloring books, reading, probably a lot of reading.
I did a lot of reading.
Yeah, I guess.
I read 38 books when I was there.
What was the best one you'd recommend that you remember?
I read 38 books in 3 months and 3 weeks.
Is that a book name?
No, that's how much time I took to read.
What book was the book that like if any books that you remember that like you still instilled something in you that you could share with us?
Well, I read a lot of like James Patterson. I read some Dan Brown, like Iris Johansson. I read a lot. You know what I mean? It's the classic like fucking $12 books that you see at Shoppers Drug Mart, like those kind of books.
Do they have good options?
They have a library.
Fucking call. Should we wrap it up?
Oh, sure.
Got places to be.
Sure.
Follow me, CringeKev. Follow him, Jack's Veteran, and we outie. Subscribe.